Are you someone who keeps consistently getting stopped out of your trades just for them to hit your take profit? If you're like me, this was the story of my life, the first half of my journey. Many times I would enter a trade with FOMO that if I didn't enter in that exact moment, then the market would leave without me, just for me to get stopped out and of course price run right to my take profit. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things. And I know if you're watching this video, you've been there. You're past that like myself now, or maybe you're in the midst of this, or maybe this is something you didn't even realize. Maybe you're someone who doesn't journal your trades. Maybe you're someone who hasn't actually looked at the data of why you're losing these trades. And I guarantee you, if most of you go back and look, a lot of the times you're gonna have the direction right, but you're gonna have the entry wrong. You're gonna be getting stopped out early for price to run exactly where you thought it was gonna go. The reason you are getting stopped out of your trades early is because you are simply not waiting for a liquidity sweep. And waiting for a liquidity sweep is something that has taken my trading to the next level. It's hands down been responsible for some of the best trades I've had and the consistent growth that I've had over the last couple of years. Once I started implementing this strategy or simply waiting for this to happen, it's taken my trading to the next level and it's continued to hit new levels since. And in this video, I'm gonna hopefully break down why, and then I'm gonna show you some examples of my most recent trades in November, and you'll notice a common theme between them all. So let's jump into the next point here. So this liquidity sweep, it has to be obvious. And before I jump in any further, some of you may not even know what a liquidity sweep is. So let me break it down like this. In order for the market to go lower, we have to take out an old significant high, right? We have to take out an old high. Now that old high can be session liquidity, so Asia or London, or it can be a previous day high, previous day low, previous weekly high, weekly low, monthly, etc., etc. The higher the time frame, old high, old low, we usually want to see that swept by a little bit more. So if it's a session, old high, old low, it can be a couple pips. Previous day high, I usually aim for 5 to 10 pips, weekly 15 to 20, and then monthly 30 to 40 pips. Because you're just kind of asking yourself, where would someone's stop loss be? And that's most likely where the market's gonna run, or how far the market's gonna run above that old high. So now that you have that understanding that we're gonna run an old high to go low, if you want to enter a trade, but you see an old high here and there hasn't been any sort of liquidity sweep, you enter that trade, you are most likely going to get swept, and then the market is gonna go in your direction. What I want you to do at the end of this video is to go look at your losing trades recently and see if that's a common theme. See if you've been getting in too early because you haven't been waiting for that simple liquidity sweep. And waiting for the liquidity sweep is probably one of the hardest parts because you have to have the patience to do so. You have to fight all your emotions that are telling you to enter this trade now or you're gonna miss it. What I like to do, a rule that I personally have for New York session, for example, is I have to see a fresh sweep of liquidity in New York session. If I don't see a single run of liquidity yet, then I simply don't trade until that happens. Because from my data, when I get involved early before that sweep happens, I end up losing that trade and then I'll win my second trade because I was impatient on the first one, and then the second one is after the sweep happens, right? So it's just something you have to get used to, training your brain to not get FOMO and to just realize that, no, I'm waiting for the highest probable setup to come, and that is going to come after we take out some people. So now that I've explained what a liquidity sweep is and why you should wait for it, let me go on to my Notion here and show you guys some screenshots of my most recent trades, and you'll notice a common theme between them all. So let's jump over there now. I just wanted to quickly interrupt this video to let you guys know about the Black Friday sale for FX Replay. FX Replay is having an unbelievable Black Friday sale that is still live while you are watching this video until midnight tonight. I will pop it up right here. You can see everything that is being offered. Unbelievable deal. You guys have seen me work with FX Replay in multiple videos. I use it all the damn time. It is an unbelievable backtesting app that I think all traders should use, new or advanced. And this is just an amazing opportunity. So make sure you click the link in the description to go take advantage of that amazing Black Friday sale. And let's jump into the rest of the video. All right, everyone, thanks for meeting me back on the charts here to break down some of my most recent trades here. And like I said, you'll notice a common theme between those in relation to what I just talked about as well. So let's jump into the before screenshot on my AU trade from a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago. If you look on this setup right here, you can see that we had this old high over here, but also we had liquidity sweep right here, right? So London session right here swept liquidity to the left, so it swept Asia, like I said. It gave an entry opportunity right here, and then you could have taken this down into these levels over here. Notice how New York session opens up. Right over here, this is New York session. We push up, and imagine I didn't wait for a liquidity sweep. right? Imagine I went to enter right here. But because I said to you, I like to see a liquidity sweep in New York session, that's exactly what happens here. See, we run liquidity into this area, and then let me just go down. You can see what happens. We sell off all the way down into this area. Now I broke this trade down already. You guys have seen this. So if you want to see further trade breakdown videos, just go to my last recent ones. I don't want to go into it because I already have broken it down, but this is just a generic example of what I was just talking about. Now let's move on to the next trade. Right here, you can see we have a similar setup. We have London high over here, and we run London high. Again, New York session, sweeping liquidity, and then I look to enter, right? If I were to enter over here at this high, even though it's New York session, I would have got stopped out right here. But because I waited for a liquidity sweep, I then waited and then I got my entry over here. And if I move down, you can see this trade ended up getting stopped out with a rolling stop right here because we failed to break this low. But still, liquidity sweep, market execution over here, took the price lower. Didn't quite go to where I wanted to, but we still banked some profit. Let's jump into the next example. You can see similar setup again, run of liquidity, right? See, we had these old highs. What does New York session do? Hasn't swept on the old highs yet. We do right here. And then you can see beautiful trade breakdown here. So again, all these trades I've broke down in further detail in my previous YouTube videos. So you can go back and look at those. And let's go into one of the final examples here. You can see again, we run liquidity, New York session runs liquidity. Then I'm looking for my entry model, and you can see that's exactly what happens here. So again, all these trades have been broken down in detail, and I just thought this was a great video that would hopefully bring a lot of value to you all, and show you guys that if you're not waiting for this simple trick, then you're gonna get in early a lot of the time. And this is something that I personally look for. This is something my students look for all the time. And it's what helps us be on the right side of the market way more than not. So yeah, super, super powerful tool. If you are interested in how I trade, I've extended the Black Friday discount until tomorrow. So if you thought you missed it, you did not, $250 off. I'll pop the code up now, use Black Friday, and you'll get $250 off. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. And if you don't want to do that, you want to continue to watch this free content, you obviously can do that too. So I just had to throw that out there because a lot of you asked if you could get it stretched for a couple days. And you know, I want to give you guys the best opportunity you can to get in for this amazing price, because I won't do another sale again for a while. So yeah, I appreciate you all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And what do I say at the end of every single video? Let's be 1% better every single day. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video.